he hears, "Hands on your head."
Whoa.
And there are two cops with
Whoa.
handguns drawn, pointed at him.
Whoa.
To his left, there's a guy with an AK-47 over the hood of a car, pointed right at him. He's holding a hammer, a screwdriver, okay? And immediately he's like, "Whoa, I'm a landlord, right?"
Oh my God. What's up, guys? Got an awesome episode here today. Real Estate Hackers Show, the Landlord Chronicles. And man, this is an awesome landlord, Joe Colasuonna. He owns hundreds of units, started investing about 10 years ago, has seen it all, has some really cool stories. He invested in Allentown, Pennsylvania, so part of Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. For those that don't know, this is basically central Pennsylvania, right in the middle of the state, in a city with about 80,000 people in it. And yeah, he's seen some crazy stuff. Awesome story coming at you today. Hope you learned something and enjoy it.
You know, we were screening, but probably not as well as we should. And guy came in and he was dressed sharp, you know, 3-piece suit, pinstripe suit, like real sharp, fast talker kind of guy. He had income, he had money in the bank, didn't really call any references, didn't check his credit, that kind of thing, and let him move into one of these townhouses. So he moves in. First month he's supposed to pay his rent. Guy doesn't pay his rent. So we file an eviction, say, you know, on the 10th of that month or something like that. We go through the process. He doesn't show up to court. And we get a phone call like the weekend before we're supposed to file for a possession to do the lockout, from like a couple of tenants that said, oh, like he moved out, you know, like he moved his stuff out. So I was like, all right, well, if he's out, I'd rather not spend the $120 for the lockout and just, you know, go change the locks, do whatever. So my brother was in the area, and it was, you know, it's probably about 15-20 minutes away from our office. So he was in the area, and I said, look, stop by over there just to make sure this guy's out, because otherwise, you know, I'm going to have to go and file possession. So he goes, all right. He's like, I don't have a key. I go, see if you get in with like a credit card or something like that and see, you know, if it's vacant, if it's empty. So he goes over there and he says, you know, there's no blinds on any of the windows. So he looks in, you know, the whole first floor, you got kitchen, dining room, living room. He says completely empty, not a single item. The whole first floor, it's fully empty. He's like, yeah, I think he's out. I go, just double check, like just make sure. So he's like, all right, whatever. So he says he uses the screwdriver or something, pops the lock on the front door because the deadbolt wasn't on. And he goes inside, and he says as soon as he walks inside, he hears like a TV on upstairs. So he calls out, landlord, hello, landlord. But it's, you know, maybe the guy left the TV up there and then he left it on. Who knows what the hell's going on? But he's like, look, I just didn't want to walk up the stairs. Like, you know, God forbid these guys sitting up there with a gun or something like that. I just didn't want to have to deal with that. So he said he was yelling for a little bit, no response. So he said, you know what, the breaker panel's right here. I'm going to shut the breaker off. And I'll shut off the electric. TV will go off, and if someone's actually up there, then they can hear me. So he shuts all the breakers off, and he says he said he swears he could hear like something, but he couldn't make it out. He was yelling, "Hey, it's the landlord! Someone come down! Like, hello, is anybody up there?" And he said, you know, what he did was he pretended to call the police on his phone. So he like takes his phone out, you know, he does, "Oh yes, police, you know, we have a squatter here at blah 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 address," like, you know, and he did it loud enough, hoping that whoever was up there would hear, you know, assuming that the guy moved out, maybe there was a squatter or something. So he's like, whatever. He goes, we're just going to file possession. Like, I'm not going to go up. I'm not going upstairs. Like, I'm not going to do it. So he goes by the door, and as he's going to leave, he hears like the squawk of like a police radio. And he like looks at his phone. He's like, did Siri call like, what the hell is this? This is weird.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And he says he opens the front door and he hears, hands on your head.
Whoa.
And there are two cops with
Whoa.
handguns drawn, pointed at him.
Whoa.
To his left, there's a guy with an AK-47 over the hood of a car, pointed right at him. He's holding a hammer, a screwdriver, okay? And immediately he's like, whoa, I'm a landlord, right?
Oh my God.
So they bum rush him, tackle him, throw him to the ground, cuff him behind his back, right? And down comes like a husband, a wife, and a baby from the second floor.
But not who you rented to, like
No,
random people.
like a Hispanic family. We rented it to as a black guy. And so down this Hispanic family comes, hysterical crying. The wife is hysterical crying. He's like, what the hell's going on? He's like, I'm the landlord for this property. This place is supposed to be vacant, right? So they like help him up. What happened was this guy, he moves in with 1 month rent, 1 month security, right? Lives there for like 2 months, okay? Puts an ad on Craigslist, rents it,
like sublets it out.
Hispanic family, gets 1 month rent, 1 month security, so pays himself back, okay? And then he leaves, okay? So
and then doesn't pay you anything. So he's like,
right. So this family thought they rented this place, but they had no lease. They just gave him money.
And what, the house was vacant then because he did move out.
Correct. Yeah. So when my brother got there, they thought someone broke in looking for this guy because they thought he was shady too.
Oh my gosh.
And so they called the police.
Oh my gosh. And they showed up pretty fast. I mean,
yeah, but my brother's like, dude, like if I made like a wrong move, like you got a cop with like a happy trigger finger, like,
yeah,
forget it. So yeah, that
was
wow. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what the lesson is there. Usually
possession, I guess. I don't know. Saving $120 almost get your head blown off.
Yeah, let the constable do the lockout.
Right.
I guess is probably the lesson here.